Hello, everybody. I am doing something different today. This is my fifth day rejoicing in the Lord, being glad, being happy that He's moving in my life, that He's my Lord and Savior, that I'm in relationship with Him, and that He chose me. Today, I'm basically showing you how my mind set goes and what I look forward to um, when I when I go to work and when I'm looking for to getting off from work. Me, my mind is I just want to hurry up, get things done speedily and quickly, and so I can get to my happy place. Um, we all, because of the way they made the world, we all got to have money to take care of our necessities. I am so ready to get rid of everything that I have, from my furniture, my weights, my car, just everything. I don't want to be tied down to nothing to this earth. Things were not meant for us to be surviving, but the people who run in the world and who are not in touch of the people of the world. A lot of people do things to make you to conform to the world, like medicine. You have to have this. You have to do this. Or your job saying who you better vote for. All these different things. I've never been a person to conform to this world, which I don't knock anybody, because everybody have to do their own way. But the God I serve, I'm happy He took me through every which way, every problem, every burden. And then for me to have to realize He's been there the whole time. And then the latest revelation that I had gotten, which He was telling me to remember the God of my youth. For me, and I'm not trying to make nobody feel sad for me, but I went through a lot of abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, from my own loved ones, from my own siblings, from my own aunts and uncles. I went through a lot of abuse. And actually, I am still the same way. I'm still the same as when I was growing up as a child. I had my own room. I was the only boy. I grew up with 4 girls. And for me, that was hell itself in the house and not understanding what was going on. And it had to take for me to get older and to understand what really everything that was going on. So for me, a lot of things, just like projects that I used to make and do, I was always in my room. And always in my room with my door closed, because that was my only peace. So now I'm realizing who was with me all those times when I was in the room, who I was speaking to all the times when I was asking, how do I do this? When I was trying to make things and do different things and getting ideas and different things. So I'm understanding now who was in the room with me. I understand who was protecting me and keeping me. For me, a lot of people, thought I was gullible. A lot of people tried to get me to go the way that they wanted me to go. I remember the first time and the last time, and how God always just kept me in different situations, from hanging with different people, from a thief, my first time with a thief, and stealing something, and knowing that's not the way for me. No, thank you. And then guys who I just got off of work and wanted me to, they was trying to get me acting like they was going to see some females, but basically they was going to fight somebody. And if I would have went with them, I would have been shot as well. And me saying no, because I had a father. And even though I had a father, he used to work so hard. I was so tired. And it just happened this day. It normally doesn't happen. But this day I finally got off of work early. And all my plans was to do, because my father was long-winded. And he would work from sun up to sundown. And I was a child. And as a child, I was tired as a child. I wanted to go home. I didn't want to I didn't want to work all these long hours. So this particular day, this was the first day that I got off early. I done already made my plans. I said, soon as, while we're driving, he finna drop me off at the house. I said, man, as soon as I get home, I'm gonna go up to the store, get all my snacks, my drink, my honey buns, my everything. I said, I'm finna go and get everything that I like. My Boston baked beans, my lemon heads, my Chico sticks. I'm getting everything that I enjoy. Oh man, I done forgot a lot of different things that I used to do. But I can't even think of everything right now. But I'm walking around to the store. They trying to give me the script. Oh yeah, we finna go over here to these females. I'm so tired. I couldn't care less. Who you going to see? I'm going home. So they said all this and all that, and then the very next day, I find out all four of them was shot. And here we go. It could have been me. Every time I was around a lot of different people, but I always just said no. Getting out of school, grammar school, 7th grade. Was that 7th or 6th grade? My mind now is being foggy on a lot of different things. I'm at that age. But it was either 6th or 7th grade. And they asked me, they was actually they just wanted me to look out for them while they go break into a church. And I said no. And then, just like every time, everything that I said no to, the very next day, I heard about it. Both of them get locked up. So, it was always things happening around me. But then I didn't understand the family that I was in. So I was brought up into a lot of negativity and didn't understand that. I didn't understand that even though I was brought up in that negativity and I didn't I still honored my mother and father. My father was street. My mother was church. What a combination. My mother would always, because I went a whole different path as I got older. As the older people back in my time used to say, oh, you're smelling yourself now, huh? Or your nose wide open. But, and then my father, I come from a family of whoremongers. My father, my family was, what I'm saying was that, I don't know what he was to my father. I don't know, was he a cousin? Whatever. But anyway, he was a famous blues singer. And my parents and them used to have parties all the time. Just like the same that goes on now in black families. Whereas they say they throwing a party for the kids. And then after the kids, it's adults, or everybody bring their kids over and in the room and put them all in the room. And then the parents having their cards, whatever activities. But back then in the 70s, they used to have parties and it was music. It was all music, majority of the time, dancing, socializing, drinking, and whatever else. But them just having a good time, enjoying themselves, playing music. Got all the kids in one room. They ain't worried, this and that. Well, I know a lot of hidden secrets, a lot of things that shouldn't be done, that you need to protect your kids. And because I was young and used to play all the time, and they couldn't do what they was doing as kids, supposed to be kids, in the room, they would always say my name back then was Maine. Like the 70s. This is my main man, Maine. So they would go and tell my parents. And then I would be told to go to bed, which I always had my own room. Not knowing the whole time I was being protected, not indulging in everything that they were doing in the room. So I was saved by a lot of different things. And I'm still that same way today. I still stay by myself, and I have to close the door. I don't know how to keep a door open anywhere I stay. I have to feel that security. Not like a jail cell, not like, you know, what am I trying to say? A lot of people can't stand that. They have to have the doors open. But for me, I have to have the door closed. I was the same way when I had kids. And then, well, until after I had kids. But when we had kids, then had to keep the door open to be able to listen and to hear. And I adapted and I changed. But after my first marriage and all of that, then I still went back to the same way. And it drove everyone crazy that I dated, that I was with, from every relationship. Why you close the door? That was my only comfort. That was my only safety. Was my room. And so I'm still the same way today. I used to get lied on by my own siblings. And the only place that I felt safe was my room. And now I'm starting to understand it, because I know who was in the room with me. And then when the Holy Ghost was speaking to me and saying, remember the God of your youth. I cried many days. I had many beatings. I endured a lot as a child, and then didn't understand why I was hated. And I was a child. I thought I was a child, but I never felt love. But now I understand who was loving me the whole time. And it's been my God. He's been with me. And I was searching for love. Oh, I'm gonna say it like, what's his name? Who was that? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love. I was looking for love in all the wrong places. And God was speaking to me loud and clear. And I forgot when he was reminding me of remember my youth. He was with me the whole time in all the turmoil. I grew up in Roseland. I grew up under conditions that a child you would think that would be protected. I grew up saying this can't be my family because of the way I was treated. I said I always thought I was adopted. That's the way I felt. So I grew up wild. I grew up with a mindset. I can't wait until I get older because I'm not going to ever come back. I'm not looking back. But with all that, I know what's going on in my own community. I know what's going on in politics. I know what's going on in a lot of different areas because a lot of different things that I dealt with. As far as politics, as far as our alderman, I used to know that man's name so well. I can't even think of it now. But anyway, even with our aldermen, every time they had a thing they gave, whereas it was a free movie and they gave out tickets to win prizes and this and that. And this was at a movie theater up in Roseland on 113th. And we would go watch a free movie, and then after the movie, then they would raffle off gifts and prizes. So I already seen politics. So they would raffle off gifts, bicycles, all different stuff that you wish as a child that you can have. But the only thing you got was candy. Everybody got that candy stocking with all the different candies in it and this and that. Now, the alderman entourage and the woman that he walks in with and all the nice fancy gifts and all this and that. Now, the alderman entourage, they the only ones who receive those gifts. So, as a child, I already seen what it is and what it's not. And then my father, I'm finna hurry up and get through this story. My father was street, and I didn't understand the things that my father was doing behind the scene. I didn't even understand that we was working. I'm talking about we worked for some real mobsters back from the day. They from the era of Capone. One brother had a cut on his face, and the way they dressed, and the way they dressed and the way they talked. They were some real cool people. That's what I perceived them as. Not knowing I was always around killers. I was always around people who just pulled up to give me some gas. Not knowing that I was always around the real people who was really running things. So those people who I'm talking about, they had transit hotels. And that's where a lot of our work that my father used to do, that's where um, we were at. And when I got older as a teen, the they really, everyone that my father worked for, they really liked me, and they was always like, man, how can I get my lazy son to work? They all took a gravitation toward me, and me not knowing. And my father used to give me the jobs that was anything under $1,500 to do over the weekend, 2 days to get it done. I'm saying all of this. I was around real. I was around the underworld, the ones who really ran it, and not even knowing. I was around guys now who had a lot of respect in the streets. In the streets, I'm talking about they was running things, and me not understanding, not knowing. I'm talking about these guys know was from Capone era. I grew up not knowing a lot of different things because everybody was trying to hide, not trying, was hiding things, and I wasn't I wasn't a fast kid. I was still in my imagination. But I'm finna end this because I got work to do today and I still got joy. May God bless, yeah, everyone have a blessed day today.